Good to see everyone. We'll get started in a few seconds. Let me make sure I'm accepting everyone, and apologies for the background. I'm in between traveling and everything, so not back at the regular studio there, but we'll get some work done regardless. So let's start recording the session, and today we'll talk about, we're going to take a few minutes to talk about situation phase and how to make sure that we're taking people down the right funnel. Because a trap that we can easily fall into is make an assumption early on around the reason why they're on the call, and I start to probe, I start to clarify based on something that they don't necessarily care about, and that's where the conversation starts feeling like an interrogation, because we're talking and we're asking them things that they don't necessarily value. It's just that we picked up on the wrong thing and we start drilling them about a particular something, but midway around the conversation, we may realize that it's not the right thing, that this is not what they care about. So that's why we have in our connecting phase, our main goal here is to get an overarching outcome. Like, it's good to make sure that they know why they're on the call, make sure that they are aware of us, of the offer, of the person that we're selling the offer for, if we're a sales professional, or of us, like if they're aware that why this is call exists in the first place. But we want to make sure that we get an overarching goal, and that's why, of course, we do the regular frame. Hey, Chris, good to see you here. It looks like you booked with us about possibly getting some help around X and Y and Z. This call is pretty basic. I'd love to find out, get an understanding around where you are today in terms of what you're currently doing to fix X. What are your goals in terms of what you're hoping to achieve when it comes to Y? And see if there are any gaps there that we can possibly help with. Now, if we can, around the end of the call, we can also talk about next steps, possible next steps to be exact. This is the boilerplate template that I can use essentially to open up the call. Hey, good to see you. It looks like you booked with us about possibly getting some help around X and Y and Z, and the frame. The first question right after that is very simple. It's, okay, so I should probably ask, what was it that attracted your attention when it comes to X and Y and Z? What was it that attracted your attention when it comes to Chris? What was it about his content online that piqued your interest? Oh, I liked this. I liked that. Okay, perfect. And what were you hoping to get out of our call today, just so I can have a full understanding? Or just so I can have a proper understanding? Out of these questions, the main thing that I'm looking to get is the overarching outcome. The overarching outcome, it's a sentence that's benefit-based around them. So I cannot accept when someone tells me, yeah, just found out about you, thought what you do is interesting, or thought your package, thought the ad was interesting, and thought I'd jump on the call to find out more. This is not an acceptable answer because it gives us nothing to work with. Like, there is no juice, there is no meat on the bone there for me to latch on. So if I accept it and move forward, I'm setting myself up to fail because I'm going to ask a question that's not relevant towards them. I'm just going to ask a generic question, a generic situation question, that it's not going to lead to favorable outcomes. So if they give me something like, yeah, I just want to find out a little bit more information about X and Y and Z, I'm going to come back and ask, okay, but what were you hoping to get out of information so you can. So let me give you an example. Okay, but what were you hoping to get out of weight loss information in the first place? Like, what were you hoping to achieve? What were you hoping to achieve around, what were you hoping to achieve out of information about insurance? What were you hoping to achieve about information about sales training? Just so I understand. And now they will jump in and they will tell me, oh yeah, I just want more information so I can make more sales, so I can make more commissions. Or yeah, just I gained some pounds the last few years, just want to lose some pounds. Okay, now I have an overarching outcome. This doesn't have to be a very laser specific clear, I want to lose 20 pounds in the next 60 days I'm getting married. I don't need to hear that. What I need to hear is at least something that they're looking for, something that's benefit based, something that's happening in their world. That's an overarching outcome. Because then I can use that and I can come into the situation phase and take that overarching outcome and ask them, okay, what are you currently doing though? When it comes to overarching outcome. So what does that mean exactly? Okay, what are you currently doing to lose weight? Simple. But again, it's coming from them. It's not coming from me. Now, when it comes to formulating my first situation question, I can formulate it in one or two ways. It can be process based and it can be outcome based. What does that mean exactly? When I ask someone, what are you currently doing to lose weight? What does that mean exactly? It means that I'm going to get information around their process, what mechanism, for lack of a better term, are they using to lose that weight? Are they exercising? Are they on the diet plan? Are they on, what are they currently doing? Now, the outcome-based situation question, if I find out an overarching outcome from the connecting phase and I have something to work on, and I ask something, and I ask my situation question, okay, what are you currently doing to lose weight? And I start having a conversation around that, my problem awareness question will come in and will be like, do you like going on daily runs to lose weight? That's a process-based question. An outcome-based problem awareness question, I said situation there, my bad. And now a process-based problem awareness question is, do you like going on daily runs so you can lose weight? So you can. An outcome-based is, do you like the results you're getting out of daily runs? Now, when do I use which? These are different versions of that I can have in my ammunition. So I want to always default in the process based, and if everything is going perfect, then I will move into the outcome based question. Why is that? Because if I always go to the outcome based, it's a little bit too obvious what I'm doing, right? Because they're on the call for a reason. They obviously don't like what they're doing, otherwise they wouldn't be on the call. So the first thing I want to challenge is the process that they're using. That's how I can get below the surface. Like the old style, the old way of selling would be right away. They try to poke holes. Well, obviously, dude, you're here for a reason. You don't like what you're doing, so tell me, what don't you like about daily runs? No, I want to take a step back. Get an understanding. Do you like going on daily runs so you can lose weight? No, I don't like it. Or sometimes, yes, I like it. Okay, what do you like about it? I'm gonna pull all the positive out. Because once I pull all the positive out, what's left? The pendulum is going to swing towards the negative. So, okay, well, daily runs, you seem to enjoy it. You like going on walks in the nature and everything, listen to the birds sing, all that good stuff. What did you like about it? Is there anything else? Is there anything that you would change if you could? Oh yeah, I mean, I could always lose weight faster. What do you mean by faster? And now I'm funneling them down the right problem. I'm having an informed conversation. So I didn't tag them with a problem. I didn't label them. It came from them. But it all started because I have a nice overarching outcome. I use a process-based problem awareness question, and then I funnel them down the my normal process, my normal problem awareness. I'm gonna pause because that's pretty much it. The biggest thing is just to put everything to wrap everything up. Overarching outcome up top, it guides my situation question, and it allows me to formulate a nice process-based problem awareness question that keeps me well informed around why are they on the call, what are they currently doing, and if they like it or they don't like it. And then we can dive into the outcomes, build a nice gap, and take it from there. Questions, and we can go into maybe maybe a little bit deeper afterwards, depending on what questions we get. Questions about what I covered, and if there's not, Richard.
Hi, Chris. The question I have is just with that connecting questions, how would you formulate it much differently if it was a cold call?
Yeah, absolutely. So in your cold call, you don't have a hard. You said situation or connecting, just so I'm clear.
Connecting. So I've booked the cold call in, and and then I call them the second time for the actual call itself.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So in that case, it depends. And it depends what information you have from your first cold call. So
Okay.
let's say, where do you typically end the cold call on your first on the initial cold call?
At the moment, I'm actually trying to get a few situation questions through, and the three that, and it does depend on just how it's going. And the three I am asking is, it might be a silly question, but is growing a business a priority for this year? Because if they don't answer that pretty strongly, then I just, I ask a bit more about that. And then what is the main channel to acquire students? So just if you've forgotten, digital marketing for the education industry. And then from there, depending on how it's going, I will ask a third one about who does the selling, just because that will matter down the line. But the main one I try and get at least is, what is the main channel for you to acquire students?
Yeah. So, okay, let's put a pin on that. I want to give you the connecting question to answer your question, and we'll dive into. I want to look at your situation questions again on the first call, but on the second call, it's pretty straightforward. So, hey Richard, good to see you here. I know I called you the other day, but I don't want to make any assumptions. Have you found what you're looking for when it comes to growing your business, or are you still looking?
Okay.
So obviously you call them, I don't know, 2-3 days ago, they haven't found it, but we want to hear, no, I haven't found it's what I'm looking for yet. And your follow-up is, okay, and do you know what you're looking for specifically? Now the answer is your overarching outcome. Oh yeah, just want to add another channel. Okay. So what channels are you currently attracting clients from?
Awesome. Cool.
Easy.
Yeah, well, I'll test that out this coming week.
Yeah,
because all I've been doing at the moment this past week was pretty much that bit where you said, yeah, look, I know I called you out of the blue, but was there anything that at least sparked your interest on that initial first call? And it's always been sort of the same. Well, yeah, you did call me out of the blue, so I was sort of just, wanted to see what you got to say. And after a bit of probing, they did come out with it, but I just wanted to, streamline it just to find some better questions. And so, yeah, absolutely keen.
Yeah. So that's how you want to get ahead of it, and you want to prevent that. Yeah, you just reached out. Yes, you will say, hey Richard, good to see you here. And I know I called you out of the blue the other day, but I just don't want to make any assumptions here. Have you found what you're looking for, or are you still looking to grow the business? Just so I'm clear. No, I'm still looking. Okay, do you know what you're looking for specifically when it comes to really moving the needle?
Okay.
No, not really. I just found what you said interesting and thought to give it a shot. Oh, for sure. But what were you hoping to get out of possibly introducing Google Ads into your marketing stack? Just so I'm clear.
I don't know if I should have actually added this as told you. They probably should have told you this as well. After I've got those information, I send them a video just about sort of because part of my initial pitch is what some of the larger education companies are doing to grow their business. So I do send them that video as well.
That's good. So you found what you're looking for. You're still looking exactly what we said so far. Yeah, I'm just looking to do this. Okay. And if I remember correctly, I sent you a video. Did you manage to go through it? Oh yeah, I did caught like 30 seconds. Okay. Was it I guess, was there anything else that you found that resonated with you in that video?
Yeah, love that question. Awesome.
Was it something that resonated? Yeah, what specifically resonated? Like what clicked for you?
Okay.
I saw that these guys are doing X and Y and Z. Okay. So what are you currently doing so you can, whatever they said?
Awesome. Yeah, I really like that. Thank you.
100%.
Awesome.
Sweet. Does that help?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for.
There was something that stood out. Can you read your situation questions off of the first cold call? I just want to make sure something caught my eye, caught my ear when you were reading them.
So what essentially go into, I'll send you this video, and then I say, I probably, I guess I should ask. It could be, it could be a silly question, but is growing the business a priority for this year? My thought process around that is just to make sure, they are looking, because I have found there are people like, actually, we're not looking to grow. We've filled up. We don't want to get any more staff, so we're pretty happy. And then the second one's generally, what are your main forms of strategies to grow the business? And then from there, if they're talking, if the conversation is going well, then I will ask that third one of who does the selling, just to see if it's like a small RTO where education business where the owner is doing the selling, or whether they actually do have a sales team. Because
when you ask the question, what are you currently doing to grow the business? Are you only getting marketing focused answers, or because it's a little bit generic?
Generally different marketing, specific marketing. So if they're in overseas, they'll say, we're using agents overseas, or we're doing social media, Google Ads, SEO, or sometimes, more word of mouth is generally the,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. If it's working, keep at it.
Okay. But maybe, cool. So you're just saying, just keep aware that if it is a bit generic, it could just to rephrase the question.
Yeah, if it's just if it's not landing, you can switch it as, okay, so what channels are you using so you can grow the business? What marketing channels are you using to grow the business? Oh, awesome. We're using referrals, we're using this, we're using that. Yeah. If you're getting maybe operation-based questions, or we're working on our delivery, we're hiring I don't know, customer success managers, we're trying to expand lifetime value, which in your case it's not relevant, right? Only if you're getting non-productive answers, I would tweak it. Right now, okay. If you're getting referrals, this, you're golden. You're fine.
Awesome. Awesome.
Cool,
Thank you
cool.
so much.
Awesome. Yeah. Just wanted to do a double pass. Cool. Ali,
Hi, Chris.
how are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you. I do cold calling to businesses that might be looking for or can have some sort of chat bot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm cold calling to businesses that currently have a chatbot in place,
Mm-hmm.
I have kind of different variation of bot. So it's like a leads generation. So the visitors are like the visitors that come in have like a possibility to connect with the staff in the business through phone. So so it's kind of different system compared to the chatbot, and you know you got harder leads and so on. So
Right.
so I have some difficulties to like open up the gap on the problem awareness questions. I mean the situation question, when I call them, I feel I have a conversation with them. I open them
Yeah.
up and they talk. The issue is when I so I say, okay, the process you have with your first conversation with your visitors and the quality with your potential customers. Do you like the process you're having right now? And they say, yeah. And yeah, what do you like about it? Yeah, it's easy. We can talk with them we can chat with them and so on and so on. Okay, so it's sounds like everything is going fairly well with the system. So what would you like to change if you could? And there I feel that they say no, it's good. I don't need anything. So it's thank you. So I have
Yeah.
some issue there to like open up the problem.
Yeah. So your situation question, it's again, and this is something that we covered today. It has to be, it's a little bit too specific and it's a little bit lengthy if you're asking it the way that you mapped it out here.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be too pointed with my situation question because it's like, how to put it into, it's like their whole bot situation is, and the whole array of challenges around the bot situation can be this, and your situation question covers this. So when you're funneling them down here, there are only so many problems they can envision. So
Okay.
my situation question, it has to be targeted around a specific outcome. So I'm not talking about fairy tales. So if this is the width of topics that are about chatbots or marketing or leads and growth, I still want an overarching outcome to put them like put something concrete there I can dig in, but I don't want to make it too specific where everything is optimized on that specific piece,
Yeah.
but I'm not covering everything else here. Does that make sense? My drawing is very crude and I apologize, but just trying to make a point on my laptop. Cool. So if we are to take it from the top, my situation question, once I have the first in, I would say, okay, what do you have in place to open conversations with your clients? Oh, we have Chatbot X. How long have you had that in place? 2 years now. Okay. Is there a specific reason that you chose Chatbot X? Just so I'm clear. No, really. It's just that we found it online. Okay, so do you like Chatbot X? Do you like using Chatbot X to generate conversations? Okay, yeah. What do you like about it? What do you enjoy? I like this. I like this. I like this. Well, and I want you to be a little bit more leaned back in the two truths question. Okay, well, it sounds like things are going fairly well with what you're doing right now. Is there anything you would change maybe around the quality of the leads that you're coming from the chatbot or the quantity, like how fast you're getting to those leads, if you could? So it just came to me. That's why I formulated in I changed it. So what you can poke holes into is the quality of the leads or the speed you're getting to those leads.
Mm.
They're getting to those leads. The speed, because you mentioned with your chatbot, they're able to talk to a salesperson right away or something. You'll be able to
Yeah,
transfer
right.
them.
Yeah, transfer them right away so they can talk with the potential.
So in your two truths question, I would try to funnel them. Okay, but is there anything that you would change around maybe how fast
Mm.
those leads are talking to salespeople, or I don't know, the process that you're using now, if you could,
Mm.
or the process that you're using now to turn those leads into sales, if you could. Well, what do you mean? If they say something like, so I'm injecting doubt with my two truths, and this is more optimal when you're doing it with cold calling,
Mm.
because what I just did, I introduced curiosity into the mix. Well, we can always get to those leads faster.
Mm.
Okay, but walk me through, like, when a lead raises your hand on your website, how fast do they get to talk to a sales professional?
Mm.
Well, it can, I don't know, it takes, I have to see our transfer time, but it might take 5 minutes. Whoa. So how long has this been, how long have you been noticing this, that it takes you 5 minutes to connect a lead to a prospect to a salesperson? Well, no, it's been like this with this chatbot. It has been the case so far. Okay, like from your perspective, do you feel that has an impact in your ability to convert those leads to clients? I mean, maybe. Well, hold on. If you thought about it, if you go into the website and they connect you, you have to wait 5 minutes to be connected with a salesperson, and you go to another website and they connect you in 30 seconds, where do you think you'll buy from?
Mm.
And it's just an example, right?
Yeah.
But does that make sense what I'm doing?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like I have to be more broad, but not so broad, but don't be so specific, right?
Yeah. And you never know where. I want to be broad because I never know what people don't like, because I
Mm.
don't know what they have in place,
Mm.
right? So that's why I don't want to funnel them in my thing very early, because they can come up with problems on their own.
Yeah.
So that's why, do you like using ChatbotX to generate conversations? Well, the user interface, it's not very intuitive. I wasn't able to know that. I don't know ChatbotX, right?
Mm.
But they might have usability problems. They might have, I don't know, it crashes once in a while, but I'm not in a position to know that. That's why I have to keep it generic, like the situation question, a little bit generic.
Yeah.
So I can capture that array of problems. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. And I sometimes like a cold call to businesses that don't have any chatbot. So should I change that a little bit? Like, so
Oh yeah.
do you like that your potential customers just go through your website and just go away?
No, I would say, instead of do you like, okay, well, do you want
Mm.
to have a conversation around having a chatbot that captures leads from your website?
Mm. Mm. Okay.
Because you tell me, like, how many visitors are you getting, like, on a daily basis? Maybe 50. Okay, and out of those 50, how many are we turning into clients right now? Well, I don't know, whoever calls us. Well, hold on though, like, you're getting 50 people. Like, if there was a way for you to get them to raise their hand, so they're not just go searching for the phone number, but we're getting to them instead, do you think that it's gonna put you in a better position, so you're gonna convert more people,
Mm.
so you can turn more into clients? Yeah. Okay, well, it sounds like what we're doing can possibly help. If you're not against it, you can put some time on the calendar again, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
If they don't have something in place, that's all you need to do. Benefits, curiosity, because they don't have anything. But I have to have that conversation. Well, do you want to have something in place so when someone is available, so we don't keep missing out on sales from your website?
Yeah.
And
I mean,
your gap will be the leads versus the sales. Like how many people are you getting on the website? 50. Okay, how many sales are you getting? That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Does that help?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much.
Okay, cool. Joe.
Hey, Chris. Yeah, had a quick question about the connecting phase, connecting questions. I was just curious. So I start with, can you hear me?
Yeah.
It looks like you booked with us today about possibly, and I was just wondering if there should be any more small talk before that.
No. All you have to, all you need there is, hey Joe, can you hear me well there? Okay, perfect. How are things in your neck of the woods? Yeah, good. Okay. I don't want to bore you. It looks like you booked with us about possibly getting some. That's all. That's all you need.
For you. Okay, great. I had a question about.
Not how are you. Either how are things in your neck of the woods, which is kind of like a spin. It's a little bit more, it's not what any salesperson would say. Like, how are you today? No, none of that stuff. Like, hey, very nonchalant. Hey, how are things in your neck of the woods?
Okay.
Yeah, just trying to stay out of trouble over here. Boom, straight into it.
Great, thank you. And I had a question about follow-ups. Let's say that I had a client on a call and he was just about ready to sign up. We ran out of time. He had to leave early. He's like, yeah, I want to do it. Then I reached out again, I just need some time. He said he needed to delay it a few weeks. I was just looking for some advice about follow-ups. If they're, I'm going through the objection procedures, and if they need to take off or they just say they need more time, and then they're not answering a phone call. I was curious with the layout of the emails. Should it be like short, like coming as a friend, like, hey, how are things going? Are you still interested in making these changes?
Yeah, so like in terms of best practice, if you see that, you had a great conversation and it's kind of like you ran out of time, they were fearful, they didn't buy, stuff like that, and kind of like dropped off, like, that you didn't max it out, you can simply end the call, go on Loom, Vidyard, and the online tool that allows you to shoot video, pull up the program and shoot a 3-minute video that simply says, hey Joe, I know we discussed earlier on, just to shoot a quick video just to summarize our discussion. From what you told me, and I know you told me that you want to get in shape, lose 50 pounds of muscle so you can do this, do that, have more time, be more productive, be sharper, less this, less that, so you can do X and Y and Z. And I really understand why is it important for you now to take action so you don't have to cost of inaction. Now we discussed, this is something that a lot of clients come to us with. And that's why we have future 1, future 2, future 3 of the program in terms of the pillars, very high level. Pillar 1, pillar 2, pillar 3. Now, I would suggest taking the leap here, Joe, because we see these cases. In the worst of cases, we stay. I don't want to make any assumptions now. I want to give you more precisely what to say. Essentially, I want to draw a line between what's the worst case scenario, what's the best case scenario. Because they're like crossroads. I'm trying to eliminate the path of them doing nothing, right? And saying they're in a perpetual state of think about it. So I want a statement there that's going to draw a line between they choose to do nothing about it and they stay exactly the same, which is something that I can harp on, or they join us, right? So I'm gonna create and simulate a scenario where they're at a crossroads.
Okay.
Because in reality, they're not at a crossroads. It's a no, it's a yes, it's a maybe. I want to eliminate the maybe with that because that's going to kill your sale and that's going to waste your time. The maybe, right? So with that video, I'm looking to eliminate the yes, the maybe. So after the structure that I gave you, I would say something like, yeah, because Joel, worst case scenario, you invest into something like this, you get the plan, you get the workouts, you get the coaching, you show up, and for whatever reason you don't lose or you don't have time to do this, but you keep the structures, you keep the frameworks, and you know that you were well taken care of. But best case scenario, and what happens with most of our clients, they're able to do this, they're able to do X, they're able to do Y. So I would suggest, Joel, take the leap with us, put yourself in the best possible position for you to do X, and we won't let you down. Let's make this special. Then the video, send it to them. If you have any fast action, I don't know how the offer exactly works, right? If you have any fast action things like discounts, I would include it and I would give them 24 hours from the date of the video, just to see if you can eliminate, if you can cap them, because it works very well, because it gives them time to, once they watch the video, that's all they're gonna be thinking in the next 24 hours. So if you have like a limit there, maybe a small discount like $500, a lot of people will take the leap. I've seen it in many different offers. Now that's in the same day of the call, or max you can do it, any calls that you had, let's say past 7 days, you can still do that and say, hey, I just sat down with Dan. He really feels that on his opinion as well, you're the perfect fit for the program. We're going to shoot a quick video just to summarize, give you an idea. You do exactly what we did. Boom. Now, in terms of follow-up, I don't want to hammer away, every day. After I send the video, I want to keep a couple of days, and I would say something like, "Hey, Joel, rooting for you to get one of these spots. Let me know if I can help with anything?" Question mark. So very casual, very. It's like you're sending to a friend, because what I'm looking out of that, because they have the link from the second email, right? And the video, they can't buy on their own. But what I'm looking for is engagement out of that follow-up. So it's either I have a question or it's a no from me, or for them to buy. Does that make sense?
Can you expand a little bit on that last part? You need to include a question at the end, a call to action.
Yeah, out of my
follow-up.
follow-ups. So once I do, let's say, the video follow-up, I'm sending them the link as well
To purchase.
The reason I'm doing that is whenever they remind themselves, I don't need to get back on the call with them and have another conversation or X and Y and Z, but they have everything they need to buy, so they don't chase me down. And that's why I'm doing essentially the video sales letter, so they can get the info, hit play while it's 2 a.m. they're thinking about it. They watch the video, they hop on board. And I've seen it. It will happen way more often than you would imagine. After that, though, what I want to do is I want to keep it very human, and I want to say, hey, Joel, rooting for you to get one of these spots. Let me know if I can help with anything? Question mark. The reason I'm doing that is I've sent them the order form. What I'm looking from them is engagement. Engagement means for them to reply back and tell me, do they have a question? Do they have doubtful points? Are they not clear on something? That's what I'm looking for out of those follow-ups. It's not pushing them to buy. It's just engagement. It's just signs of life that they're not ghosting me.
Okay. And I just to clarify, did you recommend including the Thrivecart link with the Zoom Loom video?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would, because I don't want necessarily, if I've done a good job in my first meeting, I don't want them to necessarily You know, if they made the decision, they reach back out. So imagine the scenario, right? I'm having a discussion with Joel. We run out of time and Joel goes away. He has his calls. In my mind, let's say I decide, you know, that was good. I want to buy. I text him. From the minute you get back to me, it may be in 1, 2, 3 hours. Who knows what might happen? I might look into something else. I might look into a low ticket program. Because when you're in buyer like hit modes, you're acting emotional. You don't know what we don't necessarily know 100% what we're doing, right? So I don't want them to go buy something lower end or find some low ticket program from Dan and buy it and then tell you, hey, just bought this instead. Does that make sense? So I want to send him everything, arm him with information to make a decision. And the other touch points, there's no limit for you to close a file. So you can consistently, like I follow up with people for months. But if they're ghosting you, it always helps, like after 14, 20 days, hey, Joel, I haven't heard from you at all. Should I go ahead and close your file?
Okay.
That gets, if you see that they're consistently ghosting you and you've kind of lost hope, I would send that. A lot of people will get back to you. This is a harder version of Jeremy's, hey, I've reached out a couple of times, but I haven't heard back from you. Where would you like to go from here? That you can send before the should I go ahead and close your file. So you can use Jeremy's version. Yeah, so you can use Jeremy's version. Let's say they ghost you after 2 to 3 emails. Should I go ahead and close your file? It will be kind of like your last resort. If they don't, where would you like to go from here? If they don't reply there, we're going even more negative. That's the thinking. So it's not like I'm not open here. Where would you like to go? It's should I go ahead? Are we done? A lot of times you can say, I'm sending follow-ups all the time. Joel, are we over? That's it. No, I was doing this. I was just thinking about it, blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm looking for, engagement. There isn't a one-liner that will get them to buy, but what I want them is, oh shit, they're about to close pardon the French. Oh shit, I haven't gotten back to this guy. I need to make a decision on this. Sorry, Joel, that's what I'm looking for.
Gotcha. Thank you, Chris.
Did that help?
It did. Yeah, I appreciate
Okay.
that.
Okay, cool. Patrick.
Hey, Chris, honestly, you just hit it. Like I had some questions off of Joel's thing there where it's not like, I know you were using, hey, I'd really like to get you in this spot with insurance. There isn't really, there's unlimited spots. So I think you touched on the last though. Hey, Joel, I've reached out a couple times. Where should we go from here? Like with me, there's a date, you try to reach out to them about 60 days in advance, but if it gets past the renewal date, well, that it's next year. Maybe how you would fine tune that in an email or in a voicemail or.
Yeah. I would say, hey, Patrick, I've reached out a couple of times. The renewal date is creeping towards us in 2 days from now. Now I don't have a horse in the race, but what should we do?
Okay. If you wouldn't mind just saying that again, just so I can get that written down.
No, absolutely. Yeah, so the formula is simple, right? So, hey, Patrick, hey name, it's just Patrick from X, Y, and Z. I've reached out a couple of times about outcome, about renewing your, protection so you can X and Y and Z. And the renewal date is creeping towards us 2 days away. I don't have a horse in the race, but where should we go from here?
Okay, thanks so much.
Yeah, and at the end of the renewal date or 1 day before it hits, yeah. So renewal date is tomorrow. Patrick, I haven't heard back. Are we over, or should I just go ahead and close your file with us? That's it.
Okay. And then just a quick another one here. If no one's going to go here, just kind of opposite.
Yeah,
You've
anything.
you've closed this. You've you're finalizing everything, and you're now asking for the referral. So kind of right now, which is it definitely changed. Since doing this, it's just kind of very neutral. Hey, I'm very glad that we were able to be able to lower your insurance prices, get you better coverages, and you have the local support. Now, if you were to think about it, who else do you know that we could possibly help out the same?
I have a script written out for this. Do you have me on Twitter?
Yes.
Okay, I'll send you the exact script. I have it written out, so I don't just give you out of the top of my head. I'll give it to you right away.
Okay. Thanks.
But yeah, essentially, I'll give you the exact script, but for everyone, just 10, 20 seconds here. Hey, Patrick, this is just X and Y and Z. Just wanted to thank you for all the work that we've done together, or just wanted to thank you for being a client. How has your experience been so far with us? Oh yeah, it's been good. What was the biggest thing that I guess that resonated with you using our service? Oh, you were very friendly, you were this, you were that. Okay, we really appreciate it. Now, I would love to get to work with other people just like you, because I really enjoy working with you as well. So who do you think, who do you have in your network? Who can you think of that has X and Y and Z problem that might need help with? Who do you know in your network that might need help with X and Y and Z problem, that might need getting coverage around protecting X and Y and Z? So you ask the who. Now, yeah, I know maybe this. Okay, what do you think is the best way for me to reach out? Or what would be the best channel for me to reach out to? Oh yeah, you can reach them by text. Okay, do you have a phone number handy just so I can contact them? Okay, now I don't want to call them out of the blue. So in your mind, would it be okay if you told them that you mentioned our conversation, just so everyone's informed and they know that I'm about to I will reach out to them. Okay, where would you be able to let them know, just so I know I don't get them, I don't call them before you do. So essentially what I'm doing is, it's the who, I'm nailing down the number, the details. I'm gonna give you the exact script, but it's the who, I'm giving them the exact number, the details, I'm getting it from them. And then what I'm doing is, I want them essentially to let them know that, hey, I have a guy, he's awesome, he's gonna call you.
Okay. And it sounds like you're doing this after, like, is this after a week, 30-day follow-up? Like, I typically try to do it all in the same call, like at the end. Going to be sending you all your documents, but while I'm doing that, going to asking, or
I would do it maybe 7 days out, yeah, just so they have a smooth onboarding, they enjoy the experience. I think you're gonna get higher, let's say, conversion rates as well.
Okay.
For people who refer people, because a lot of them, yeah, they will refer people to you, but a lot of people, they may hold back just so they can experience at least the first interactions. So I would suggest giving them some time.
okay. Hey, thank you very much, Chris. That's it's different from what I heard. I thought it was right away. Always ask for the referrals at the end, but it's just a second touch point. I think it's something I'm gonna try for sure.
Yeah, okay, absolutely.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, if you're gonna ask
So-
it regardless, Patrick, sorry, Ben, if you're gonna ask it regardless the first time, yeah, just give them maybe 2 weeks and call them again, hey, and frame it as a customer success call. Thank you for being a client, this and this, and then come up with the who. But I'm
Okay.
gonna send you once I come up with it.
Okay, thanks.
Search for it. Ben.
So you touched on the referrals, because that was actually going to be one of my questions, because it's mandated, like company policy, for us to follow up and do referrals. And the issue that I have with it, well, I don't have an issue with it. It's just they have an automated system. So
Mhm.
if I don't do it, because normally I do my follow-ups about a week after, but they want you to do a 24-hour, a 72, and then a 30-month follow-up, which is kind of like against the grain. So how can I follow the rules of the road while also implementing nothing too pushy?
So say that again, the frequency.
It is 24, 72, and 30 days.
What's that?
Basically after you purchase, like following up with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to show that I've obviously called them, right, on the system because they see all of my activity.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if I don't do it, it goes to a call center and those people call them for me.
Yeah, so you need to call them 24 hours
Yeah,
and then call them at
72.
72 hours.
Yes,
And then in
30 months. I mean, 30 days.
30 days. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the challenge?
So finding a reason to justify me calling that many times, because normally it would be kind of like two. I would call 7 days and then 30 days, right? I just
Yeah,
don't know
well,
how to, for car sales, how to justify it like that many times.
well, the idea is to how to justify it. So that depends on if they pick up or not every single time.
Well, our interactions are pretty solid, so it'd be hard to see that they don't pick up.
Okay, well, if someone you call them after 24 hours, who do you think you know, and they don't give you someone,
Yeah,
like in so one is in 24 hours, one is 72, like 3 days afterwards.
3 days after the purchase, yeah.
Yeah, so the 24-hour call will have the exact same script that I just went through, and I'll send it out.
Okay,
In the 72-hour one will be among the same lines. It will be more direct. If they don't give you one in the 24 hours, I
okay,
would still say, hey, this is just Ben. I don't mean to bug you, but I really enjoyed chatting with you the other day, just like I mentioned the other call. So just calling in to see if you found someone in your network who could possibly who's possibly looking for a new car, or are you still thinking of people who could use one?
okay. No, that works, that works. I didn't think of it like that. I thought of it was like, hey, who do you know? That was the only way I know how to set up referrals. Uh, yeah, I could definitely soften that up between 3 touches for sure.
Yeah, no, the second touch will be something in the like, okay, have you thought of anyone who could be possibly looking for X and Y, for who would be possibly looking for a new car, or are you still thinking and asking around your network?
Okay,
I didn't you have you this or that? No, we're still looking. Okay, and since we're on the phone, did you come up with any people? Did you have a short list I might be able to reach out to?
yeah,
So you can do a follow-up right then and there, in case they have thought, yeah, you know, I have an uncle who has a pickup truck, this, whatever.
okay. Perfect, that works. And then for ones that
Yeah, you
kind
never
of like,
lose when you thank people. Just know that. Like, people don't get bored of you thanking them. So use that to your advantage.
okay, okay. I thought after they purchase, you want to also dial it down. So it's the opposite then. You want to actually reach out.
Look, you're not gonna increase the volume, but it's
Yeah.
when you are, especially if you're actively reaching out for referrals, like 24, 72 hours, always remember to thank them first.
Okay, okay. That makes sense. And then for follow-ups, just regular follow-ups, they came into the store, they didn't purchase. My manager saying until they put themselves on the do not contact list to continue contacting. I didn't pick up on how to actually do it well, because it's like difficult for me to find a way to be friendly the fourth time of messaging somebody, if you understand.
And that's for referrals.
No,
Yeah.
that's just for regular follow-ups,
And
regular
that's for regular
follow-ups.
follow-ups. For regular follow-ups, I don't want to come off again, what just like what everyone else is sending them. So
Yeah.
what's your typical sequence look? What does your typical sequence look like now?
So what it looks like is, almost the same thing, 24, 72, and 30 days.
Yeah, but what's the medium that you're using?
Calling. I'm calling them.
Okay,
Calling and
so
email.
okay, so the biggest thing is you want to switch channels.
Okay.
So if you want to follow up, let's say, 24, 48, then 72, and then let's say in 7 days, then in 14 days, a good frequency overall for follow-up. I need to make a more concrete video about follow-up and say it out, but it's the Fibonacci sequence. Have you heard about it before?
Yeah. Yes, I have. 1, 1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
Yeah. So yeah, essentially that you can use to follow up, especially in
You
the
broke up
early.
a little bit. I didn't hear that last part.
Yeah, so that's a good sequence for you to use when you're following up. So this is obviously the same day. You have to 1 day, 1 day, after 2 days, after 3 days, after 5 days, after the initial follow-up, right? So you touch base here. This is after 8 days from this touch point. This is 13 days after this touch point. This is 21 days from this touch point. And then I would just repeat you don't have to include, of course, this. You go up to the monthly, bi-monthly, monthly, bi-monthly. So this sequence, this is the sequence you honor.
Okay.
Now, in between those, you switch mediums. So if you just keep calling them, they're gonna put you in a no contact list. But if you're smart about it, what you'll do is you'll follow up, let's say day 1, you're gonna call them. Then the next day, you're just gonna text them. In 2 days, you're gonna use email. In 3 days, you can track them on LinkedIn, just shoot them a connection request, see if they accept. So you can make softer touch points. It doesn't always have to be, hey, are you looking to buy my car?
Yeah.
Then you just, finding them on Facebook and hitting add, friend, or just liking a post, you're in the bucket in their mind. You're there to sell them a car. It doesn't matter if you like a post, or you just straight up tell them, hey, do you want to buy? So
Yeah.
you don't have to be uber aggressive. Just a connection request, just hey, just rooting for you to get into this mini here. Where should we go? Simple touch points like that in between mediums will serve you well.
Okay. Now that
Now,
works.
yeah, if someone says, hey, that's creepy, if you go look them up on Facebook, that's your call. It's what I do. I get where maybe that's coming from, but at the end of the day, if you want to sell and you want to follow up, you have to follow up. Like, it's much more annoying for them to keep calling, for you to keep calling them, rather than just, maybe sending them a message, link on a text or a Facebook message, and having a quick chat there.
Okay. Perfect. That
That
works. I could
helps.
definitely do that. Yeah, it does. It does. It puts me at ease.
Cool. And yeah, like the exact follow-up scripts, just keep it casual. A simple name can be appropriate follow-ups, like Chris. You don't need to overcomplicate. So you send them, let's say, day 2, you send them something like rooting for you to get this, whatever, mint green, whatever they liked, mint green mini. Where should we go? I'm putting in the chat.
Okay.
So he says something like, let's say day 2, rooting for you to get into this mini grid mini. Where should we go? In 2 days, you can simply say Chris. So it doesn't have to be an elaborate, super complicated, super persuasive methods when it comes to follow, because this is something that you would send to a friend.
Yes.
And since this is something that would increase your reply rates for sure.
I can see how this works. Yeah, it definitely worked on me. Got me.
Cool. Awesome. Sounds good. Who's next? Any questions? Anything?
I have a quick question.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if you can answer it, but do the portal have some of objection handling videos or something like that, or is it just the book?
Which portal?
Uh,
The 3.0. Remind
yeah.
me. Yeah. No, you have in the 3.0. As part of the 3.0, you have it's in the 3.0 bonus content.
Okay, so I just have the PDF with the 50 objection handling.
Yeah. But you also have in the 3.0 bonus content, you have Jeremy going through a lot of objection handling.
I don't know if I have it. No, I don't think so.
No, you
I
should.
don't. I
So
don't find.
so in the
I can ask
NAPG
Alberto for that, I think.
Yeah. But in the bonus 3.0 content, you have, let me just see. If you look into your portal, you should below the 2.0 NAPG 3.0 bonus content, and you have partner objections, overcome, think it over, overcome money, references, quotes, request for more information, call me back. So all of these are objection handles.
Okay. Let me check. I don't see it in my portal.
Yeah,
Okay.
just ping Alberto, make sure that you have access to it.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
What else?
I got something, Chris. I'm not sure if you can answer this, but now when I get into the solution awareness questions and I'm saying, let's say we were able to give you exactly what you need in terms of accountability, fitness plans, meal plans, what would losing the 10 kilos do for you? Sometimes we've kind of discussed the benefits, the energy, the focus, the long-term health stuff before. And by the time I get to that question, they're kind of like, come on, man, we talked about this. I mean, they tell me again, but it just kind of feels forced.
Yeah. It makes sense. So this is where I want to be more in control, and in the problem awareness, just talk about problems. So what is keeping those 10 kilos on? What is it doing to you now?
Okay.
So want to stay away from language as, okay, so we lose those 20 pounds. What does that do for you? Why? Because that's solution awareness, especially in your case, it's very easy to go there. Now, if they do go there, in that solution awareness, I will go a step further. So I'm not gonna ask, I want to go deeper with them. So I'm not gonna ask, what would losing those 10 kilos do for you? I'm gonna say, okay, so what would losing those 10 kilos that you already mentioned, you're gonna have more energy, you're gonna be more productive. You've been able to do those things. What would that do for you? Maybe personally though. So if they've already mentioned more energy, less, better sleep, better this, I'm gonna include that in my first solution awareness question. So I go deep right away because we've already covered that.
What are you going to do with that extra energy?
Exactly. That extra energy, your wife being more, attracted to you, what would it do for you? Oh, it would feel great because this. Okay. And you feeling great, feeling better every day, your day-to-day high quality of life. What would it do for you? Maybe personally though. How would life be different? You feeling confident, you feeling this, you feeling that, than maybe it is today.
Nice. I like it.
So if they've already told me there is a level deeper, like what does that energy is doing for them? What does a better relationship with their wife doing for them? What does round shoulders do for them?
Okay.
So just to put everything kind of like wrap it up, it's okay. So let's say we're able to sit down with you, give you that expert coaching, the meal plan. You mentioned that you're gonna have more energy, you're gonna sleep better, your wife will be more attracted to you. Having those things in place, what would that actually do for you though? That's the question.
Get deeper.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
But yeah, if I just say, what would losing 10 kilos? Yeah, they're gonna say, well, dude, we've been through this.
Yeah.
But that's how I eliminate that. I'm gonna say, because I show them that I'm freaking listening.
By including everything that they already mentioned.
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
heard.
It's just that there I wanna go deeper, I wanna tie it with emotion.
Right, with emotion. Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm not hyped up on having more energy. I'm hyped up that I'm gonna step into the basketball court and I'm gonna beat Johnny.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
But yeah, this is a good one because that's what allows us to go below the surface. Because having more energy, that's still surface. That doesn't get me pumped up. What gets me pumped up are the other things that gonna be able to work longer. I don't know, whatever anyone's motivation is.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
What's who's next? Anything about process management, specific objections that we're getting? What's holding us back?
So I got my script in front of me. I typed it out. I wanted to kind of like run through it real fast.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how it goes. Hey, welcome into Mini of Fort Myers Exotic Automotive Dealership. Are you guys just out looking around?
Yeah, just looking.
And do you know what you're looking for? Just to see if we even have it here.
Yeah, just looking for I mean I don't know specifically, just maybe something for the family.
Okay. It chopped out there. I heard family.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't know specifically, maybe something for the family.
Okay. If it's all right, there's many options, but first, what are you currently driving now?
Whoa. Why did you go there?
Because you said you're looking for family. So I
Okay.
was like, doof. Because it didn't go the other way I anticipated it to go. So I kind of like corrected on the spot.
Well, that's why we have to be flexible, but
Yeah.
does family mean me and my wife? Does family mean me and 50 of my adopted children? Like, what does it mean?
It can mean a lot of things for different people.
Right. Did you ask me?
No, I didn't.
Right. Oh, okay. So you're
Okay.
possibly looking something for the family. What's the family like? Yeah, I have a wife, like two kids. Okay, so more of like a station wagon or what exactly? I don't know what mini's offerings, right? I'm just
Yeah.
telling you like how I would handle it. Okay, so
Oh,
maybe
okay.
you're looking for like a 4-door. Yeah, I mean possibly.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you driving now? So it's gonna make it much smoother. And you're
Okay.
gathering information along the way.
Okay, so even in connecting questions, I should be probing and clarifying all the
Well,
way.
it's a light probe. You're just getting info.
Yeah.
You're not attaching problems. You're not attaching emotions. It's just you have something there, family. It's directly related to what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So you can clarify there.
Okay. And then, so the normal path is, I'm just curious, so if it goes the correct way it goes, I'm just curious, what about what's on the lot attracted your attention? And then, is there anything else that attracted your attention? And for sure, I can go through all the details if you'd like. I was just curious, what type of car do you drive now? And then, so the
Yeah.
next set of situation questions. And
Well,
then I can go-
what type of car? So
Yeah,
you don't have to say like what type of car, because kind of like that's a very formulaic, formal sounding question, at least to me.
yeah,
What are you driving now, dude?
okay.
You don't have to say dude, that's me, but what are you driving now?
I drive a Honda Accord 2021.
Yeah, but it's not like what type of car or what type of vehicle are you currently using to move yourself from point A to point B? Like more casual. Like don't make
More
it kind of
casual.
like, because I don't want to sound like a salesperson, right?
Okay, now that makes sense.
Does that make sense? It's a small nuance, but would you ask a friend like again, you're not there to be their friend, but it helps when we start talking as if
Like a friend.
we're a friend. Like would a
Okay, now
friend
that
tell
makes
you, hey dude, what type of car are you driving now? Would they ask you that?
yes, definitely, for sure.
Would they would ask you what type of car are you driving now?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay,
They would definitely say it the other way, like, yo, what are you driving?
yeah, it's a small nuance, but again, it's a game of inches. It's a game of inches that can raise resistance, or we can put them at ease, especially that early on in the conversation.
Okay. So be more casual, more myself, nothing too particular. Just
No,
chill.
I didn't say be yourself. I said be specific with, like, try to be careful with your language and how your language each specific question.
Okay,
So we're not sounding that just like another car salesman or any type of salesperson.
okay. That makes sense. That helped.
So hit me with the question.
Yeah, I was just curious what you got right now.
Yeah, I'm just driving like a 2017 Honda Accord.
Oh, all right. How long have you had that?
Yes, it's 2017.
2017?
Yeah.
Since you got an Accord, like, what made you get an Accord?
Well, just something I liked at the time.
Something you like? What do you like?
What I like about it? Yeah, I liked it. The shape, it was the right car for us at the time.
Oh, okay. No, that's cool. So the Accord that you're talking about, is that the one that I see on the lot right now?
Oh yeah, that's it.
Okay. Got a pretty big size car. It's not just yourself times 4 in that car, right?
No, it's not.
All right, for sure. So with it being that big and all, in the future, were you planning on downsizing?
Why are you asking that question? Just out of curiosity.
My clientele, see,
Typically downsizes.
yeah, it's basically a downsize because an Accord is an
Yeah.
XL
Right,
and Mini Coopers are small. So
right.
that's a jump.
Okay. Are you looking to downsize? So ask me the question again.
Yeah, looking at your car right now, you looking to downsize?
And what's the question after that?
Based off of what you're telling me, but keeping it neutral,
Mhm,
because that's a very flexible location as well. Because
mhm.
then the other question, it can go into, yes, I'm looking to downsize. I wanted to get into kind of like a rally car, or like it's one of those old heads that take small cars and make them crazy, or it's an old lady that's like downsizing because all of her kids left her house and now she
Okay.
wants to be a club.
So what I would ask there
Uh-huh.
is, So why would, instead of, are you looking to down, I would ask, what has you possibly looking to downsize? It's a nice car. What has you possibly looking to downsize?
Okay. Yeah, what has you possibly looking to downsize? Okay, because I'm not asserting that they're looking to downsize.
Exactly,
So they
because I'm
can say,
saying, and yeah, do you like your Honda? Is that the one I listed a lot? Okay. Do you like your current car? Oh yeah, I like it. Oh, what do you like about it? Oh yeah, it's this, it's that. Okay. Well, overall, it sounds like you're doing well with your current vehicle. Like, what has you possibly looking to downsize?
okay. Oh, I kind of just wanted to get into a kind of like a small package, big engined like Miata.
Okay. And then you take it from there.
Okay.
But with that question, you're doing the work of 2-3 questions because you don't have to ask 2 to 3 clarifying ones to get to that point. Does that make
Okay.
sense? You just
Yeah.
take them through. Do you like your previous car? What do you like about it? I like 4 seats, this. So you take features that they like, you put them in the back pocket.
Yeah.
And then you can say, well, it sounds like you're enjoying your current car. So I guess what has you possibly looking to downsize?
Okay. I can see that.
Cool. Cool.
That helped a lot for sure. I didn't realize. Got tweaks coming. I'm gonna rewatch this later.
Yeah, no, for sure. Absolutely. Awesome. Anything else before we go? Cool. Well, that's pretty much it. Really enjoyed this one. I'm a little bit off because I had a couple of days away from the office, but yeah, keep me posted. Anything you need, you have me on Messenger as well. You have my email. Otherwise, let's keep up the good work. Have a good one, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you, Chris.